Hey everybody, I have a few things to talk about in this video and a lot of mail to open. The reason my TIG stuff is out is I did my very first paid TIG job the other day. Basically someone I know was doing some work, needed two things welded together for a job they were doing. They got me to weld it together, I got paid to do it. It was only a small job, you know, only a few pounds in my pocket, but it was my first ever TIG welding job. 6 months ago I'd never touched a TIG welder. Then someone was incredibly generous towards me and gave me a TIG welder, and I've now taught myself to TIG weld and been paid for my first job. And I was happy with the weld, and they were happy with the weld, and it is great. Okay, so this is not normally how I get my my news, but this happened, and it's a very strange situation. I thought I'd share the story with you. So I have a video called How to Make a Motorcycle Backfire. It's about 7 or 8 years old. It had about 180,000 views. So as I say, this video is quite highly viewed already, and it's been ticking along slowly, like getting more views, and then suddenly it got a comment that said, Times Square brought me here. What? And then I noticed someone replied to that and been like, yeah, me too, or something like that, and I'm like, what do you mean, Times Square, backfire, what's going on? Do a quick Google search. In New York, in Times Square, basically there was a stampede of people because someone was on a motorcycle and redlined their bike, and I assumed that it was like a 600cc sports bike. They had it wide open, it was bouncing off the limiter and backfiring at the same time, so people heard bang 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 bang, and they interpreted that as gunfire, and because of group mentality, 1 or 2 people started running, so everyone else started running, and then people started running over people, and people got hurt, and not anyone too seriously, and yeah, that's something that happened. And it's just very strange to think that something that must happen all the time in New York happens, and because of the current fear levels, or the anxiety amongst the culture, I assume, because of everything that's been going on lately, people are so on edge that it jumped people to running, and I don't blame them. I mean, I can understand if you hear that and there's a big group of people running, you're probably going to be like, well, probably best to go that way. But that is the mentality of humans in groups. I learned about this news through this video. As it turns out, this video has now gained like 40,000 views overnight. But then where this is even weirder, because that's weird enough as it is, one of my followers, who's in New York at the moment, sends me a message and says, when did this happen? I don't know anything about it. I'm just like, I'm living in a strange world in strange times. So there's a story of what's recently happened. I'm very glad that it wasn't anything serious and it was just a motorcycle backfiring. I just hope this doesn't now get, motorcycles must be banned because blah 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 blah. Anyway, as I say, I've got a lot of mail to open, I've got a lot of things to talk about, so I'm going to get on with this. But to start with, well, now that's relevant to something in one of these parcels. This is a tool which my brother has shoved in my hand and said, this thing, people have tried to fix it, it won't work. It seems absolutely fine inside, but it's dead. It's basically brand new. And he's like, can you fix it? Would you like to see a video of me trying to fix that? Or not? If I don't fix it, I guess I probably won't put it up. Because that's going to be a rubbish video. But yeah, interested in seeing me trying to fix a tool? The next... Right, okay, should we get on with mail? Because I have a ton of it. The first thing, and I happen to actually know what this is a massive thing. I bought this myself, well actually me and Reno went halves on this, because this, which is a box in a box, is a front stand, paddock stand, for motorcycles, because I've only got a central stand and a rear stand, I don't have a front one, and I've got to do Reno's discs and pads soon on her CBR 500R, so we had to get one of these to do that. Video will be coming on that, and I may do a review of this on its own, I don't know. Do you want to see a review of this? Because I've had paddock stands in the past from different places, and some have been terrible, and I get another one that seems to look the same, it's actually great. So it'll be interesting to see what this one is, but I think this is the same brand as the one that I have already, which is very good. So there's a couple of possible future videos. Well, definitely a video doing Reno's bike. Whether I review this separately, what do you think? You'd be interested to see? I know 2 of these I bought myself. Aha! Right. These are 2 things that I bought myself as well. I thought that this was going to be some vape juice concentrate because I had to sign for it to prove I was 18. But it was vape coils. Why do you have to sign 18 for vape coils? Is it because it's paraphernalia? Okay, so this is a purple panda. You may have heard of these. Apparently this is a lapel mic which has been found to be really, really good for motovlogging. I currently use a Cena boom mic, but I'm always pushing to bring you better audio and visuals, so I thought I'd invest a bit of Patreon money into buying one of these. Basically, it's a lapel mic, which looks monstrously long. Oh no, that's an extension. Oh, that would be brilliant for like the Q&As and maybe even the bike. I don't know, we'll see. So it's a lapel mic, and then you get different adapters to get it to fit the things you want it to. And that one's particularly handy because that's the same one I use for this. You may have noticed in videos the quality of video is changing, and maybe the angle of field of view is changing. That's because I'm trying to use my 4K again. I've been using my Ghost S up until now, but I just feel like it's falling so far behind. I mean, it looks nice on sunny days, but on days that aren't so sunny, it just doesn't look as good. So I'm trying to see if I can get this 4K working. I've had 2 of these. I used to work with Drift, but I'm not impressed. I do not recommend these for vlogging. There has been too many problems to get this thing working for me to say, yeah, that's great out of the box. You might be able to get it to work and then it will be okay, but it's still only 140 field of view, and that's not enough in my mind. But people don't seem to have noticed, I don't think. So that's why I'm now saying, hey, did you notice it's been changing backwards and forwards a little bit? If I can get it to work and you're happy with 140 degree field of view, I'll keep trying to use it. Hopefully, as long as it's reliable, I can. But again, to try and bring you better audio as well as better video, I'm trying out one of these mics. It comes with all the different adapters and stuff you need to fit smartphones and different things. See, there's a guide to how you get it to do things. It was recommended to me by my old mate Jake Garden Snack. I was talking to him a couple of days ago. We were talking about mics and cameras and stuff, and he was like, oh, yeah, I didn't say. Try that one out. Haven't used it yet, don't know what it's like, that's just something I'm working on. Now, I have 2 parcels here which I didn't order, so I don't know what these are. Well, I guess I'll just rip into this one. Other things I've got coming, oh my god. It's to go with the pipe. It's a monocle. I did have one of these, but I broke it at some point, so thank you, I now have a monocle. I will try and make the thing we joked about in that Patreon-only video a reality. Yes, if you haven't joined my Patreon, join my Patreon! Help me out, man, it's $1 a month. Helps me keep bringing you videos and stuff. And you get to see videos 3 days early, and you get to PM me, and you get to be part of that little community, and you also get to see exclusive videos now and then. Oh, and also you get to ask a question in my Q&As. Only my patrons get to ask those questions. It's one of the perks I can offer them, because I don't try and do all stupid levels of tiers and all that stuff. I just, if you want to help, $1 a month, and you can get to do all these things. Anyway, you've probably got a few days left to ask a question on that, and then I'm going to be answering all of those questions within reason. So whoever sent me the monocle, thank you. Right, this one's heavy. Where's my knife? Where's me knife? Oh, it must have been confiscated. It's just me toast! It's a knife. But it's just me toast! Some of you get that reference. Let me in! What's in it? Revolution Scooters. There is their number. And there's a note that says, to Spicy 110, here's some bits and bobs for the Metalworks. We have one of your clocks in the showroom. It always gets compliments from your friends at Revolution Scooters. Thank you very much. Revolution Scooters. Check them out. Where are you based? I think I have spoken to you before, because I know you showed me a picture of the clock on the wall, and I was really proud to see that. So I was like, wow, it's very supportive of you, and you've put it up in your shop to like help advertise me, which is amazing. And now you've sent me all of this, and I need discs. Oh, do I ever need discs? I really like the shape of that. It reminds me of a Hader sun shape, or maybe it reminds me of those balls that goes brrrr. Once that's cleaned up, though, that would be good for a painted one, because you get the nice shape contrast when it's coloured. That's a really cool shaped one. I really like that because it's got the nice shape around the outside and it's dished so the clock can sit within it. That's really cool. I've never seen one quite that shape. Wow, there's loads! Whoa, 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 what? So there's 3 in a stack here, but what is that in the middle? Did this come off someone's bike? I have never in my life seen a disc that worn down. That is absolutely incredible. And this one's cracked. In 2 places, 3 places. What's the min wear on these? Right. If you didn't know this about brake discs, minimum thickness, 3mm, means that if it gets any thinner than 3mm, you shouldn't use it anymore. The battery's died in my calipers. I'll have to do it by eye. So this one's 4mm. I'm going off the printed scale. So that's just very close to being out of spec. This one, that's 2mm, and this isn't even the bad one. It's genuinely less than a mil. It's half a mil thick. I'm utterly speechless to that. That might well make a really cool clock once I've put that in a bath of deoxy and got all that all the rust off of it. That's incredible. Mind blown. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, I've got some little clean chain, relatively. It looks, I can't tell if it's new or, yeah, it looks like this has been chains that have been shortened. So I could probably, it's the DID bit. That's DID. That's a JT chain. That's almost a pre-made. Is that DID? I'm guessing these are from where someone's had a new chain, they've got an oversized one and chopped it down to the right length to fit their bike. Can be the easiest thing to do, that. I can make a random selection of keychains out of these. I have keychains and stickers and stuff available at the moment if you'd like to clear out my stocks. And then, oh, they're so cute! What are these from? And because they're so small, I can do them quite quickly, and they'd be relatively inexpensive, so I could make like 3. So you could have like time zone clocks and have 3 of the same one. Maybe I should do that. Nah, it'd be easy to sell them individually. If someone wants to buy all 3, well then they can buy all 3. If I try and sell 3 clocks at once, I don't think I'm going to get that many people offering. That is amazing. So you absolute legends at Revolution Scooters, there is their number. Google them to find out where they are. Okay, there is 3 other things I want to talk about. One is I have a 360 camera. It's arrived. I'm doing a review on it. I'm waiting for the mounts and stuff to come before I can start testing it, but there will be a review, sort of like an unboxing review, once I've used it a bit, coming on that. I also have videos coming on some tools, which I'm being sent for a review. I'll say more about that in the future. The last thing is a video which I probably am going to make standalone, but I want to give you a heads up on, which is the Lexmoto Michigan I have at the moment. You may have noticed that the entire bike is black apart from the tank, and the reason that is because Lexmoto have been smart and they're now selling primer grade tanks, so you can spray your own tank and basically change the look of the whole bike. Okay, it doesn't change the black bits, but it gives you the ability to just change the tank and really transform the look of the bike with one thing. Well, they've sent me a tank to do, and I have 2 ways of going about this. I can either do it myself, or I can get it done professionally, and I have a small budget that I can use to do that. If I don't get the professionals to do it, the budget is not going to me. I might be able to get, you know, costs of the paint and stuff if I do it myself, but I won't be getting paid to do it. As with all these things, I'm never lucky enough to get paid. But I'm hoping anyway that all of this is going to bring some interesting content to you, as well as all the other vlogs and normal videos that I do. I am working my butt off to try and produce as much content as I can to the highest standard that I can. I am basically making hay while the sun shines. You may notice my store is nearly out of clocks. That's because I've only got a couple left. I haven't even continued to work on the box clocks. You can see it's still here. It's because I've just been flat out every single day doing as much as I can to bring the best videos as I can to you, because they're the things that you want. They're the things that you guys want to watch. But unfortunately, it's making the clocks that makes me most of the money. So the people who support me through Patreon and all the ways that you do, you're amazing, because you're giving me the time to make more content and hopefully bring better content. And yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. I think all the videos I've sort of talked about in this video, you'll probably see those in the next month to 6 weeks, dotted in between normal vlogs and stuff. I don't want to give myself any deadlines, because when I give myself deadlines, it just creates stress. It's a very silly thing to do. You just say, it'll be done when it's done. It will be done when it's right. As they say, you can have it right or you can have it now. You just can't have it right now. So I think it's always better to wait the time and get the right thing rather than rush something and not give you something that could be as good or as useful or as meaningful. Like, you know, like with the bike reviews, people want me to review it after a week and I'm like, how about I wait 6 weeks? How about I take a green lining? How about I beat the hell out of it first and then see what I think of it? We all know that's the best way. But, of course, impatience. But I like to give you sneaky peeks about stuff that's coming because hopefully then you're like, I want to see that. Subscribe. Or Patreon. Sorry, Nigel. Some people have recently said, who the hell is Nigel? Why is there a camel on your desk? This is Nigel. He is in charge of the workshop. What more do you need to know? Catch you next time. If you enjoyed this video and the other content on the channel, please consider following the links in the description to show your support.